Well, you asked for it, guys. Today's video, as you might have guessed, is all about loadouts. Let's jump in. Welcome back, ladies and dads. Today we're going to talk about my loadout. I did get a few requests in the last video on the gun content video, which has got amazing views, loads of likes. I'm really pleased that came across well. Loved all the comments in the bottom. More comments that come along, I will reply to each and every one of them. I'm glad to be getting to know a few of you guys on there. I'll give a couple of shout outs to people who are posting regularly. Yeah, I did ask in the last video that if there was a few comments and people were interested in that type of video, I'd do my loadout and what I wear. As you can probably tell, I'm a bit of a portly gentleman, and it's always difficult finding the right type of gear to actually fit in and look half decent and make you feel comfortable. So today I'm just going to run through a few of the items I've got wearing, what I think is complete on the loadout, what I've still got to do some work on, and any ideas I've got for the future of the direction I'm going. So first and foremost, here's some really cheap items in my my loadout. There's second-hand items, there's items which are more expensive than others. Not everyone's going to agree with what I'm wearing on my loadout, but it's fine. It's down to everyone's personal opinion what you wear. It's your game when you play Airsoft. It's who you want to be. It doesn't necessarily have to conform with this is a British style military outfit from whenever. I'm not a veteran. I never served in the forces. I don't pretend to try and be a veteran. I'm a full-blown bloke who's very overweight, who's looking to lose some weight, make some great friends, and just go and have fun in the woods. I want to take my toy gun, which is relatively expensive, put BBs in, and I want to shoot other fellas who are exactly the same as me. I don't take it too seriously. I do like to do the objectives, capture the flag, plant bombs, stuff like that. It's basically playing Call of Duty in real life, but with like-minded people of our age. So anyway, let's get down to some gear. So really basic, really important now, set of boots. So I got these off Amazon. I'll put the prices and I will link everything in the description. These are really cheap. I think they cost me about 20 or 30 quid. They do the job, and the reason I wanted cheap in the beginning is I wanted to see what style boots would suit me. These have the ankle support, so if like me, you play skirmish, you're running around in the woods, you can tumble and you're not going to twist your ankle, so there is quite a bit of support in them. They're leather based, so you know you're not going to get twigs or branches sticking through any polyester. Nice bottoms. You can see they're still dirty from the last gameplay. Mrs will kill me if I get mud on the kitchen. But yeah, really simple, really basic and cheap, so if anything does go wrong with them, bin them, just buy a new pair. Eventually I will get a decent pair, but once I decide on what style or what brand. If you've got any recommendations, please link them. You can see sit fast on the corners, and they're really decent sturdy boot. Next one, knee pads. Now I haven't got a clue where you buy these from. I did get a cheap pair on Amazon which sort of cut into my knees at the back, and then I found these on Airsoft forums. I think it airsoftukforums.co.uk, I think they are. I will link it in the bottom, but I got this on the pre-owned section. There's loads of people on there selling off older items as they upgrade, or whether they're coming out with sport or what, but really handy. So I've got them cheap. Really nice padding protection on the outside, so once these are on for the day I don't really feel them, whereas the ones I got off Amazon I did. And they just give you general knee protection, so you can imagine you sort of running to avoid getting shot. Last thing you want to do is skid down on your knees with no protection, start grazing them, or you know, getting twigs or branches jabbed into them. It can hurt, so I would recommend a set of knee pads. Next is clothing. Now you can wear whatever you want. You can go in jeans and t-shirt. I've seen loads of people just wear jeans and a hoodie and then just have a small chest rig on them. I like the camos. So same again. Most of this theme you'll find is either from forums or Amazon. Very rarely have I gone to other stockists, though I will recommend some later. These are just standard combat trousers. Nice camo pattern which I thought fitted in with the rest of my gear. A couple of useful pockets for different items, and they're quite thick as well, so you're not going to tear them if the cheap material going through. Main important thing is on the bottom of the legs there's some leg straps, so you can actually tie it round so you're not getting moisture and stuff inside between the trouser bottom and your boots. So again, another one from Amazon. Now I found this, being a bigger fella, getting this size of top quite difficult on any other stockist. That's why I probably went to Amazon. But this one I managed to get in a 2XL. Yeah, it is a 2XL. And basically it's a breathable pattern on the front, so when you run around it's hot sweaty day, yes you will see moob sweat marks appear here underneath your chest rig. But on the outside it's this nice thick corded material. There is room for your patches. I'll show you a few of the patches later on the arm sleeves. And this is quite flexy and adjustable, so if you have got a nice physique like myself, it sort of fits over it. You tuck it in your waist and it tucks everything in nicely. The only downside I'll say is, well, I'll say it's an upside actually, because I am a bigger fella and this is sort of skin tight to it. When a BB does ricochet off it, yes you do feel it, but I've got more cushion to absorb it, so it doesn't sting as much. Next I'll move on to some gloves. So these are the gloves I actually use in game. They're nice and lightweight, so you put them on, you can still move your fingers, still use your phone on the actual end of your fingers, so you don't have to take your gloves off every time if you want to look at your phone. Important for me because when we film in the GoPro when I go, I normally look at footage or see what the camera's set at on the phone, so I can adjust it that way still without having to take the gloves off. Just got a bit of knuckle padding. It's nothing too hard, it just feels like hard plastic underneath, but just stops you if you know, you've probably seen in one of my videos I fall over quite a lot, you know. I'm top heavy weighted, so my little dangly feet underneath sometimes don't keep up with the rest of my body and momentum takes me over, so this sort of helps me stop that. And it's the same again on your trigger finger. There's not a lot of restriction, but you want the protection on the outside, because if you're not wearing gloves it can sting if a BB hits you there. These are the other type of gloves. I got these in the last Airsoft operated box, you've probably seen them. These are mechanics gloves and a little bit tight to go on, but it sort of gives you the same option as there. You've still got all the protection on the front, but what you got is your fingers loose. So I'll probably use these with the all black loadout I'm looking at creating. I don't think it'll probably suit the necessarily Ranger green look I'm going for, and they're really difficult to get off because I've got quite large hands. Give you a quick closer look at them, and they're quite a decent brand. Feel really nice on, and I can see where they do or will have the purposes, but I just wanted to show them as a different option to the full finger ones. So if I move some of this gear out of the way, we'll probably get into the exciting parts that you're actually looking forward to. So hopefully you can see this on camera. Let me just manoeuvre it into place. This is the gun belt I'm currently working on. Now what I've tended to do with my loadout is I'll go and buy cheaper items first. So the belt's a cheap one off Amazon. This dump pouch is cheap. Same with the holster and the mag rails. All cheap. I'd say all in all this has probably cost better part of £20–30 to put together, and it's more to decide where I want to go before you decide to spend out a lot of money and go with like a Warrior assault system loadout. Now I'm nearly there with this. I like the style of holster. It's nice and lightweight. This is fully adjustable. It's a Viper holster. As you can probably see, all the colours are slightly off. But once I've decided I'm happy with what I've got as a gun belt, I'll then go back in and probably upgrade it for a more expensive system, utilising the same type of bags. So we've got a holster system on here, got a small utility pouch. Inside of this I tend to keep either my phone, sometimes I put a few smoke grenades in there. I've had a grenade in there before now, but it's generally, this is for whatever you want to put in really. Dump pouch, self-explanatory, so if you're using your mags, quickly change, you can put them in. Another use I've had for it is, you got the G&G drum mags. These are big and bulky and there's not really any pouch you can put them in. So what I found is these dump pouches, once you, if you've spent all your ammo inside your drum mag, they do fit. It's a bit snug. I'll probably need a slightly larger one, but it has come in use for just popping it in when you're walking back to safe zone rather than having to carry it in your hands where you're going. And then onto this section, which is just on here, because it's the opposite side to my pistol, so one either side. I've got my pistol magazine holder for my gold match weapons. You'll see this later on, because I will put on my full ensemble so you can actually see it, and I'll do a nice little twirl for you so you can actually see what it all looks like on. It is fairly heavy, but that's only because of the gun and the mags. And another reason why I put them on both sides is it balances out the weight. But the belt itself does give you quite a decent back support, so running around all day lugging a lot of this stuff can be quite heavy. It does help to support your back so you have less backache at the end of the day. Now I will be going for a Warrior Assault System belt to complement my rig. Eventually when I got this happen, I think I slightly want to change the dump pouch on it, go for a slightly bigger one. I'm happy with my actual holster. I don't think I go for the Kydex one because I've got too many attachments on my gun, and I quite like this one because if you run around in bushes it tends to not snag as much. And I will get it all in the one colour, the same as the Ranger Green for the assault rig. And I think the Warrior Assault belt is slightly larger where the lumbar support is, so it'll give yourself a lot more support in the back area too. Moving on, we'll go to my chest rig, which, as I mentioned before, it's a Warrior Assault System chest rig. No, I didn't buy it brand new. Same again, this came off someone who was selling it second hand on the Airsoft forums. Lucky enough, it was actually only about 2 miles away from my house, so I didn't have to travel far to carry it. I have made quite a lot of adjustments to it since I've got it. I've incorporated this single point sling, and I've simply done that by the one which normally goes around your thing and you have a nice padded thing on your shoulder. I've cut them. I've then sewn it into the top rail of the actual shoulder mounts of the rig, and then I've used this camo tape. Same again, I got either Amazon or AliExpress, I can't remember which one, just to tie it in place, and it's quite solid. And then just to give it some extra support, just put a couple of carabiners up at the top end here. Moving on from that, you can see my M4 style fast mag pouches. They're all Warrior Assault System ones as well. I've got one here which I'm not using, which you can get a closer look at. So you can see it's got all the elasticated cords, so once they're in nice and snug, and then it's got the molly system on the back, and then an adjuster on the bottom so you can actually change how strong the elastic is. And then I just carry the 3 mags, and probably in one game I probably used the 1 drum mag and my 3 mags. That's about all the ammo I need, so I don't have to actually carry any additional BBs. What else have I got in here? So this one, this pouch here, it's not a Warrior Assault System pouch, I don't think. Yeah, this one is. This one's a Warrior Assault pouch. That's one I use for my smoke grenades. I've got a pouch down here I also use for grenades or smokes. Then same again, grenades or smokes. So I tend to carry about 3 of them on me. Normally 2 smokes, 1 grenade per game. I think that's probably all I need. I am going to swap them out for because I don't really like the style. I want them to all match, and I'm probably going to eventually have 2 smokes on one side and then pouches for 2 grenades on the other. I think that's all you need. It's nice and balanced. It gives a uniform look then, and everything will look quite nice. The only other things I've got on the front is my PTT connector for my headset, which this then is incorporated in the rig and goes around to a radio pouch at the back. On this side I've just got my water spout, so you'll see on the back side I've got a pouch which I keep my water on. More importantly, tags on the front, which has always been my nickname on PS4 as well, and our clan regiment, which is a UK lazy dads. And then on the bottom I've got, this would normally be a scrope pouch. This is from Viper, but the colour actually matches in quite well. Inside of here I tend to keep my phone, quick access to it. Keep my phone, keep some sweets in there. Normally eat glucose tablets during the day just to keep my energy levels up. And normally this would sit in your scrotal region for fellas. On a fella my side, it's a belly coverer. So a lot of people, blokes my size, want to know how they can get a chest rig, still cover the belly, scrotum patch. You know, for us to have this cover our scrot, it would need to go down again another level, but you'll see later on. It looks okay once I put it on. To the rear of the rig, I've got 2 pouches now. Inside of here, this is where I would carry my water bladder. So you can see, just same again, standard cheap one off Amazon. Connects in, does provide a bit of weight on the back end, which counterbalances the mags and stuff on the front, so it's happy days. And I've also got a power bank which fits in the back on this small pouch, and that powers the GoPro on my helmet via a wire which goes up. The only one I got to show you is this pouch at the back here is for my radio, which I use for comms, speak to the rest of the lazy dads when we're on the field. And the radio type we use at the moment is these really cheap ones from Amazon. I think they cost about £10–11 each. Range is not too bad on them, about a mile and a half. But we're probably looking at upgrading to a different radio style in the near future. And so again, that's just a Kenwood style connector on the side. And if I bring it up, you can probably sort of see the wiring, which then filters through to my PPT button. Now, I'll see if I can show you the inside of this. So the inside, this is really nice and padded. So unfortunately, you hear this rather than you feel it if a BB hits you. So if BB hits you on the thing, you tend to hear it, so you don't necessarily feel it. I've just come used to what it sounds like to know when I've been hit. A lot of people do try and go for headshots anyway because I've got the warq, so I'm a sniper's paradise in that sense, and I don't mind headshots because I've got that on. And that does really take you back. It makes your bloody ears ring when it happens, but occasionally when you're hitting the chest it makes a noise rather than you feel it, because this is really well padded. And it keeps you warm in winter, so I don't have to have any other overcoats and stuff like that. I just literally wear this gear, rain, snow, sleet, come shine, whatever, it all regulates at the same temperature. So that's my chest rig. Now if I've gone on way too fast and there's something you're thinking, oh wait, I wanted to see this, I wanted to see that, you can put in the comments any questions you want, and then if you do want any other images, I'll link them in the Lazy Dad Facebook page. If you're not a member, just go and check on the link below. Within that you'll see an area for Lazy Dad Airsoft page, and I'll put a picture of whatever you're asking for within there, just tag you in it, and then I'll comment underneath the video that it's up there and it's live, because you know it's unscripted this. I'm just something I love talking about my gear. It's something hopefully you like to see because you want ideas for your gear, you want to compare it to what everybody else does. You know, you're thinking, I want one of them systems, should I buy one? Now for me, yes, these are amazing systems. Would I have bought one brand new? Eventually, yes. I'm really pleased that I got this at the price I did. Like I said, I have had to add other parts to it, but yeah, eventually I would have forked out on one, and I am going to fork out for one from the black version of my Get Out, because this will be from the skirmish. I am going to try CQB, and that will be an all black outfit, more of a SWAT style look. Right, so on to the last part of the kit, which is my helmet. As you can see, I've got the travel case for it just so it don't get dinged and dumped up, because it is a custom camo one. My nice little patch from Airsoft Operators box. Their last one just gone. What we've got is inside of here is my warq helmet. Now, I love this thing. Yeah, I love this thing. It's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people just like the mask or even just the glasses. But when I first saw this, I thought I've got to have it. I like the look of it. I like the feel. The customization options on them are pretty awesome. I'll probably see if I can sort of do a video picture of showing you the customization options on the website as I'm talking through. But basically, what it is, it's an all-in-one helmet, so you can customize the top lid with different paints, the colours of the side rails, the colour of the mouth guard. They have different lens options. They've got a print which you can put over the lens. But effectively, what it is a fast helmet style helmet with eye protection and a mouthpiece built in. Inside of this as well, I've got an optional headset mount, so that fits into my radio by that PTT button I've shown you. So that clips in on my vest, and then it goes up. If I can show you inside of the helmet, and that's your mic piece there. That tucks in just underneath the mouth guard, doesn't get in the way, and you can talk through. I'll see if I can get a few close-up shots as well, running alongside of what it actually is. But the only extras I've done to this is I had to slightly amend where my GoPro mount fits, so because this is an aluminium one. I put my patches on the side, just using Velcro double-sided sticky tape at the moment. And I did swap out the clear lens to this black polarized one. So when you're inside, it lowers down the light, but it doesn't completely black it out like sunglasses. It sort of gives you a yellow sheen, if you like, so it can be used in dark light conditions as well. I have got a clear one if I need to, if I'm going to do night games, for instance, and eventually the clear one, I'll get the skin which goes over the top, so it's still blended in and camouflaged. Really comfy helmet. So if you're looking on the inside, you see it's like most helmets with the padding inside. It's got the breathable air slots at the top. Really comfy to wear. Your peripheral region is brilliant because it extends right round to the side here on both sides, so eventually you don't feel like you're wearing a helmet, you're not restricted by it. It is really lightweight as well, and like I say, it's a sniper's paradise, because they see you wearing these things, they're going to do headshots all day long because they know you're not going to hurt you, but you do feel it and you do hear it. Takes you back because it does make your ears ring a little bit when it hits them, but like I say, I honestly don't mind it. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? So the only downside to this is where the cheek section is here on the side, is you can't quite get in enough to your gun to see a scope, so you are going to have to raise your scope sights, like I said in the last video, just so you can see down. And to be honest, the style I play, which is, you know, an assault gunner type position, and eventually I want to move into the LMGs, I don't necessarily need a scope. I use the tracers and I can see the direction the tracer is going to go in. Now it is useful to see down the scope, obviously, for the people what would use these, and it is possible if you get the scope risers. I think warq do a 45-degree scope riser as well, because that's obviously the best focal point, but they explain it in the website, so if you are interested in that, it is all in their website. And you know, if anyone's interested in me doing a full review on this at some point, I'm happy to. We've got a little bit of customization on the back with just my name put on, but yeah, really do love this helmet. And the only other modification I'm going to make to it at some stage is, I've got this battery style pack. Now this one I picked up really cheap. I just wanted to see what type of what it would actually look like. So it's the complete wrong colour, but eventually I'm thinking of having something like that on the back end of it and modding it a bit more. That way then I could mount my GoPro battery in the back of this and run it through to the front rather than it going down the back of me, so I've not got wires everywhere. So once I'm happy with that, I'll try and get one of those in matching colour to this. So yeah, that's my warq helmet, and that's pretty much my loadout. Like I say, there isn't a vast amount of it, but with this and all the gun carrying and stuff, it does get quite heavy and quite a lot to take to game days. So I hope I piqued your interest. I am now going to cut to a scene where you can see me fully dressed up in it.